Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the commitment to save your loved one by getting them into treatment and keeping them there long enough. So somebody said to me the other day, well, you said commitment. What does that actually mean? What does it mean to make that commitment? So there's really three, for lack of a better word, prongs, right? Three elements of the commitment. It's time, energy, and money. Okay, when it comes to the time, as we will tell you if you call us, we want you to look at this as a year-long program. And I'm not telling you got to hire us for a year, but typically, even on a Marchman Act case, we're normally in the case for 6 months. It's very rare that we don't do an extension in a Marchman Act. It's very rare that we don't keep somebody in treatment under the Marchman Act for 6 months, right? We go 90 days plus 90 days. But then your loved one has to work what I refer to as the continuum of care or aftercare. What does that look like? Well, they got to get a sponsor. They go to AA. They work to 12 steps. They continue with some form of clinical services. If they have been prescribed medications, they continue to take the medications as prescribed. And obviously, they abstain from the use of any kind of recreational drug. Okay, and they do that for the next 6 months, and now we're at a year. Okay, and the idea is that after a year, a couple of things have happened. Number one, they are now in recovery, and they are able to maintain recovery, because maintaining recovery and the steps that it took are now part of their lifestyle. They go to a meeting once, twice a week. That's just it. I mean, it's just part of who they are. Okay, so they have had time, but importantly, the family has had time, because if you're like any of the other families that I've spoken to over the years, that my team has spoken to, and we've spoken to thousands of them at this point, you guys are exhausted. I know you are. No one's sleeping in the house. It's exhausting dealing with somebody who has got a significant behavioral health issue. And so you need the time too. You need time to heal. So there's the time. Energy, okay? It's exhausting. It's exhausting for you, and even your loved one who is dealing with this issue, right? Families start to break up, right? Mom and dad are getting divorced. The siblings move out of the house. No one's sleeping. Nobody could focus at work. And this has been going on for years and years and years. And everybody is just sick and tired of being sick and tired. So it requires a little energy to go the last mile, to go that extra bit to commit to save your loved one. And then obviously the third component is money. And by the time you have come to us, a lot of families have already spent money on a lawyer, and for whatever reason, that didn't work. Okay, and I'm not here to poo-poo any other lawyers. I'm just saying they've spent money, it didn't work, for whatever reason. Okay, not necessarily the lawyer's fault, but they just didn't get the result they had hoped for. They probably spent money on treatment, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars on treatment. And so by the time they come to us, they're like, listen, we've spent a fortune. Why should we spend any more money? Why should we? And that's a really good question. It's a very valid question. And obviously, in our firm, we have a very different way of looking at these things, right? At these cases, because it's all that we do, right? I'm not handling any other kind of case. And so, I appreciate the fact that you're going to have to spend money on legal fees, and it may be also treatment. But the idea is that hopefully this is the last time we do this, right? And when I say we, I mean us as a team, and you and your family. Well, that's what I mean when I say us, all of us, because it takes a team effort here. So yeah, I mean it's unfortunately one of the things to consider. I mean, do you have the resources? Now, most people that come to us have health insurance. There are families that don't have health insurance, and they're tapped out financially. And in that case, we will try and get somebody into a county facility. My only caveat with a county facility is not that they don't do good work. It's not that they don't care. It's that more often than not, they simply don't have a bed, right? Because there are only maybe one or two facilities in the whole county that can take all these people that need help. Okay, so getting a bed is a problem. If we can get you a bed, the question is, can they keep you long enough to make sure that you go through all the steps that you need to start to experience that miracle? So when I tell you it's a commitment, I'm really serious. Time, energy, and money. Those are what I mean when I say Are you ready to make the commitment to save your loved one? Anyway, with that said, I appreciate you tuning in. I'd love a thumbs up. And if you can subscribe to the channel, I'd be more than grateful. So anyway, with that said, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.